Good afternoon, friends. Happy lunch break to you. And here at WPTV News Channel 5, we're all asking everyone to make a difference for the Heartland this afternoon. We're doing an all-day telethon with the American Red Cross. But first, I want to check in with NBC News with the latest on the devastation.
The tornadoes slice through multiple states. There are still
We'll start that again. Sorry about that.
People unaccounted for. Kentucky alone.
We have people missing. I still expect that we will find at least some more bodies.
In Bowling Green, 11 people from 2 families died on one street.
Everything else you can replace, but family you cannot.
Here in Mayfield, this debris, of course, will be here for some time. All of this used to be a steakhouse, but today utility crews scrambled to install row after row of power poles, trying to get back at least some sense of normalcy. While in Missouri, a gut-wrenching picture. Smiling 9-year-old Aniston Rackley is seen clutching her favorite doll while sheltering in a bathtub with her 2 sisters.
They knew where they were going to be in their safe spot.
15 minutes after her parents posted this photo, Aniston died in the tornado that ripped through her home.
She was a wonderful, wonderful little girl. And I'm going to miss her so much. I already do.
In Kentucky, we met survivor Michaela Emery in her hospital room. The 21-year-old says she'd worked at that candle factory on and off for 3 years. The monster tornado hitting during the night shift.
The only thing I remember after that is I heard all kinds of noises, and the next thing I know, I open my eyes and I'm stuck. I can't move my legs.
So all this concrete had just fallen on top of you.
Literally a wall, like a concrete wall was on top of me.
Did you think that you would make it out alive?
I honestly did not think that they were going to find me.
In the darkness, under that concrete slab, she spoke to her pregnant friend and prepared for the worst.
There's no telling how long we're going to be under here. By the time they do find us, we'll be dead. I'm not going to be able to breathe. We're losing oxygen. That's what was running through my mind the whole time.
They were trapped for 6 hours. First responders eventually pulled her and her pregnant friend from the rubble.
The only thing that I could think about the whole time I was underneath her was getting her and her baby out alive.
And they did get out. But another co-worker who she'd spoken to right before the storm did not.
I mean, it hurt so bad, and there's nothing that I can do, but that was my friend, and that still is my friend.
That's the latest from NBC News. Now, when devastation strikes, we often at WPTV Channel 5 ask our friends from the American Red Cross to help out and get us organized logistically so we can help others. That's why Sierra Campbell is here. Hi, Sierra. How are you?
Hi, TA. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
So, I mean, I've lived in Missouri, I've lived in Texas, and when those tornadoes come through, they are loud, they are destructive, they are quick, and the wrath that they leave behind them is gargantuan.
It is. And TA, I will relate to you. I'm from a small town outside of Kansas City, so grew up in Missouri, and numerous times throughout my childhood, heard those tornado sirens go off, made my way to the basement, grabbed everything I could. And there's nothing more terrifying than hearing that siren and knowing what could happen. And I feel for each of these individuals that are going through that. And that's why the American Red Cross nationwide is here to support, because we understand, even in South Florida, where we may not have tornadoes as prevalent as the Midwest does, we certainly understand disaster, and we understand that level of destruction.
And our teams here in Florida are helping the relief efforts in the Heartland, correct?
Yes, they are. We have 120 volunteers in total, trained Red Cross disaster workers that are on the ground in that area, and 10 of them came from the South Florida region. And the primary need in this area is sheltering. We've seen these areas that are leveled, and people don't have homes to go back to. So sheltering is the primary need. We have 16 shelters that are open across Kentucky, Tennessee, and Arkansas that are available to provide that safe refuge.
And I want to turn to your colleague in the field real quick, and here's what he had to say.
People went from just sitting back in their chairs, getting ready for Christmas, to absolute and total destruction. Our main focus for right now is to get these people a hot meal every day, deliver food to these shelters, and help out in any way we can.
And Sierra, you had a point, it's us helping others now, right? Right before Christmas.
We are, and there is no good time for a disaster. Right. But when a disaster hits during the holiday season, it hurts just a little bit more. People have travel plans. They had family or friends coming to stay with them. All that's on their mind is planning for the holidays. And when something like this so suddenly comes up and changes your life, it makes it that much more devastating and impactful. And that's why this partnership with WPTV is so important, so that we can do our part in giving back and helping those families out.
So we're asking you guys to help us make a difference. There's a all-day telethon. The phone number is 855-678-GIVE. You can call that number. There are live operators. There's automated. I'm the automated guy. I don't want to talk to anybody, but some of you want to make sure every I is dotted, every T is crossed. There's people there to take your calls. Right now, since this morning, you guys have raised $8,723. That was as of about an hour ago. So thank you guys for those donations, and keep them coming. We really appreciate it. Last night, Sierra, I want to play a story Megan McRoberts filed about people on the Treasure Coast helping out our friends in the Heartland.
Floridians know well the destructive powers of Mother Nature. So when tornadoes tore through Kentucky over the weekend, St. Lucie County Sheriff Ken Mascara and Chief Deputy Brian Hester said they felt compelled to help.
Just a natural feeling that we have to do something because we were in that position many times with hurricanes, and strangers stepped up to help us.
In Logan County, Kentucky, authorities there say an EF3 tornado caused this damage.
Something that I do not want to experience again, and I'm sure our community members would agree.
Polly Steenbergen says she and her husband took cover in an interior bathroom with their 2-year-old. The tornado, she says, passed in minutes, followed by torrential storms.
It was very, very alarming. The tornado actually hit about 2 miles from my home.
Now she says her community is looking at 6 months to a year of rebuilding.
So that affected 99 homes substantially. Of those 99 homes, 40 were complete losses.
However, they were lucky no deaths were reported in their county of about 26,000 people. And downtown areas were not badly damaged.
Our rural areas of the county were extremely affected with the tornado.
Steenbergen, who is also the executive director of the Logan County Chamber of Commerce, says most of the help they've been getting has been coming from within their community.
We haven't seen a lot of outside help come here.
That's how Hester says they decided to help Logan County.
This was one of the more rural towns that wasn't as well known, that really hadn't had any supplies. And so our goal is to fill these semis as quick as we can.
Steenbergen says they mainly need monetary donations to get people into hotels and rentals or pay for repairs, while they also need basics like batteries, diapers, generators, and heaters. Hester says they want to hit the road by Monday to get supplies to them before Christmas.
It's so heartwarming to know that others see the devastation that has happened right here, and they're willing to help.
Megan McRoberts, WPTV, News Channel 5.
So I love that story, Sierra. It's what the Red Cross does best. You have warehouses, you have the infrastructure, you have all the supplies. Now you just need the donations to get ready for the next disaster that happens. And so we're really raising money right now to send directly to the cause there in the Heartland. You can donate by calling 1-855-678-GIVE. And I love that sentiment that was in that story. We've had our fair share of natural disasters here in South Florida. It's nice to be able to go some other place and help them in their time of need.
It is. And here in South Florida, all we talk about is hurricanes. We're so consumed with hurricanes 6 months of the year, and rightfully so. But that's what's so what's important about our volunteers and our staff with the Red Cross is we understand. We get it. And even if it's not volunteers here in South Florida, volunteers along the Western coast, they understand because they have fires, they have wildfires throughout so much of the year. They understand what it's like to be in the middle of a disaster. But here in South Florida, we're so accustomed to hurricanes and seeing the damage that hurricanes leave behind. And looking at the footage of the destruction from these tornadoes, it can be very similar to the destruction of a hurricane. Probably the biggest difference is the not as much flooding. The water intake is significant with a hurricane, but what's left, that aftermath, that destruction, buildings, homes being leveled, the search for belongings, for loved ones. That's with almost any natural disaster, and that just goes back to the level of understanding that we as humans have, but everyone within the Red Cross, we get it.
And so, typically when a disaster hits, you guys assess, you go in, you provide the basics, right? Food, water, shelter. Are we in that stage now where we're trying to sort out people's lives? Where are we right now as far as the Red Cross goes?
We are still in that beginning phase. We have not hit a week yet since these tornadoes went through. So we're still providing shelter, providing the basic necessities that they need. We need to remember that if their homes were gone, they don't have blankets, they don't have a toothbrush, they don't have anything that they may need, any medications, if they wear contacts, if anything that sometimes we don't think twice about, they probably don't have anymore. So we are there, and we partner with organizations in the area to get them what they need. We give them 3 meals a day, snacks, food and water, anything that they need to start their road to recovery. And we fully expect that this will be a minimum of several weeks, at least through the holiday season, that these families will need safe refuge.
I just can't imagine being a parent that, you sort of budget for your family all year long. And if you do celebrate Christmas or whatever holiday that you're celebrating, you're stashing away, and you finally have all the gifts in your house. And then this comes along and just the whole end of year kind of blows up in your face, and you're left with maybe the clothes you were wearing. It's nice to know that people like the Red Cross, volunteers from the Red Cross, and the administration for the Red Cross are there to help people out in their time of need. And that's why we're asking for you guys to make a difference. Donate today, 855-678-GIVE. And those donations will go straight to the Red Cross and the relief effort. Sierra, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you.
Thank you, TA. We appreciate you.
Awesome. Take care. I'm going to leave you guys with this last report from NBC News, painting the picture of the devastation in the heartland.
On a decimated street in Dawson Springs, Kentucky, 15-year-old Taylor Paris is searching for a neighbor's medication.
I don't want to see someone go without anything, so I just want to come out here and help some people.
And he's not the only one. Churches, neighbors, even Santa Claus.
Here I am.
Everyone seems to be chipping in, offering hot meals, clothes, cash, a place to sleep.
Impact for us has been that we are not alone, that everybody is with us, they're surrounding us, they're loving us, they're praying for us, which is something that we really need right now.
Taylor has spent about 3 hours searching this home belonging to his friend's mom, Marshetta Underwood.
He found Ashton's baby pictures and brought them out there to me, and I just cried because that stuff you can't never get back.
Are you surprised? I mean, he's 15.
Yes, because he's a great kid.
Marshetta is still processing everything she's lost, and she doesn't know how she survived.
I'm overwhelmed. I don't know. I mean, this is my life, and it's gone.
But tonight, she's grateful to be alive and have a few pieces of her most precious memories, thanks to Taylor Paris.
That's his teeth. That's Ashton's baby teeth.
Ellison Barber, NBC News, Dawson Springs, Kentucky.
Love you.